Still gonna do the reaction, be the last reaction of this year, 2023. So anyway, like last day or two been straight though. Me and my homie Shay been kicking it, like chopping it up, and also like knocking back shots of Crown Royal, that Crown Apple. You know what I mean? So that's my main drink of choice, obviously. And right now I got like probably like 4 empty bottles of this shit. So that's how you know that I gets down. You feel me? As far as the drinking, as well as how much of a fan I am as far as Apple, not Apple, but Crown Apple, that is. And got a bottle of that, I think it's caramel, salted caramel or some shit. Crown caramel, I think. Yeah. Let me go ahead and get this shit sorted out real quick. Matter of fact, I'll show you one of the bottles I got. Yeah. Got that had that salted caramel one time. So I think it was the same evening me and my little bro Zach was knocking back shots. It may have been the apple or the caramel. It was one of the two. And we killed that whole bottle, man. You feel me? So, yeah. We go ahead. But yeah, and plus not to mention it's been some. Damn, why am I not speaking to the microphone? I'm tripping. Yeah, so yeah, that's and plus not to mention it's been about maybe some years, probably like two. Was it 2 years? Was it a year or two since I last seen him? Yeah, and plus been a while since we spoke as well. So yeah, so we just linked up, had some shots, and yeah, man, it was just a great timing, man. And now he's overseas, doing his thing. So shout out to my little bro Zach. If you're watching this, shout out to you for doing your thing out there, man, holding it down. So anyway, man, what's on the agenda for today? What's on the agenda? I just hopped on here without writing much of anything, but anyhow, let me go ahead and start off as give my quick little thoughts on the whole Cardi B's lashing out at her fans. And yeah, it's exactly what you think it is. It's insane, I know, but apparently she was just going off on her fans, like just saying, "Do you see me saying we're back together?" Blah 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 blah. Shut the F up. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like she was just going off. Like it sounded like she was really upset about something. Obviously, because of what her Offset got going on. That's plays a factor in. And I watched one reaction from King Eric, like when he gave his take on it. He mentioned something around the lines of maybe the competition of these younger female artists, like the Ice Spice. I think he mentioned Ice Spice, Sexy Red, and Glorilla's kind of the ones that kind of took over her lane, whatever. Which that could be another factor as well. But I mainly just lean more towards the fact that maybe her and Offset got their little issues going on, which they always have had issues before they got married. You know what I mean? Before they officially tied the knot. So that's nothing new. And when I saw the headlines about them hanging out at some sort of New Year's like celebration, whatever, in New York, I was like, yeah, Offset done clapped them cheeks, blew her back out like right the night later on that same night. Cause I mean, hell, because we seen this before, like shit. Cause there was a time she was talking about divorcing him, and then pulled up to his little. Offset pulled up to her little birthday party, and you already know he done clapped them cheeks. It's hell. Cause folks like that, you know what I mean? Like shit, they claim they're done. Next thing you know, they found it hooked up like maybe a night or so after, not night or so after, but a week or so they done hooked up. You know what I mean? They back to now everything's all good. You know what I mean? So you just gotta just be mindful how folks in these sort of dysfunctional relationships operate, because that's what they do. You know what I mean? They say they're done with that person, then it takes that one phone call or that DM someone on their end, whether it's the wife or the husband, deciding the DMs, texts, and next thing you know it, boom, bam, boom, shit, cheeks getting clapped. And everything's just back to like just on the other extreme, where everything is all good and merry, as opposed to the other extreme where it's just like not seeing eye to eye. So that's just how I see this playing out with Cardi B's recent falling out with Offset. Now, Like and plus she mentioned she's been supposedly single for some month. I think 3 months. I think. Yeah, yeah. But like I said before, they're gonna end up back together. She ain't gonna leave that man anytime soon. I mean, which I don't like. I'm not. Which what was the word I'm looking for? Which I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. If anything, if you feel like the relationship is like going nowhere or is dead, then you might as well just move on from the person that's causing you harm, and just keep on and that person that's keep on disrespecting you. You should obviously leave. But it's easier said than done. So it's gonna probably take a while, but I'm just speaking on the fact that she ain't gonna leave that man anytime soon. She gonna go right back to him, and they're gonna be all happy taking pictures as always, and it'll be a whole nother thing, and it's gonna keep on repeating itself. So yeah, and the fact that Cardi B had to lash out at her fans, like she need to realize that you kind of somewhat added that to did that to yourself in a sense. You kind of brought these issues with Offset, mentioning how you was single, how you was done with him on your Instagram Live, and there's a video of you twerking in a club to the F My Baby Daddy song, or it's F My Baby Dad by Sexy Red. You was out there just throwing that ass, like newly single type shit. You know y'all still technically married. I mean, but people just do crazy shit like that. Anyway, so we just seen you put your business out there like that. So you can't just get mad that fans gonna see a pattern here, might ask you some questions and raise concerns. You know what I mean? They gonna like put two and two together, and again, they've seen this happen. I mean, whenever Offset and Cardi B supposedly break up, or end up having a little fallout because Offset stepping out on her and shit, they end up back together like a week or so later. You know what I mean? And taking pictures and all hugged up. So the fans is like, okay, we see a pattern here. And for her to lash out like that, it's like, yeah, that's counterproductive. You don't want to just disrespect the same people that like made you millions. You know what I mean? That brought you all those millions in the first place. Probably got copies of your Invasion of Privacy album on vinyl and CD. So that bought you that platinum plaque. Made sure you got that Grammy, win that Grammy, you know what I mean? Over other albums that probably deserved it, but that's a whole nother conversation. But still, like the fans made sure that you stayed on top when you dropped your first album and stayed relevant when you was putting out singles and doing songs with Glorilla and Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I mean? They kept your name in the spotlight, so you don't want to do that. Like, you don't want to just disrespect your fan base because they damn near like support the lifestyle you promoted. Like, plus how you came up was through putting your business out on social media when you was on Love and Hip Hop New York. Like, probably before then too. Like, just go on Instagram, talking all your business, airing everything out, and of course on Twitter, you carry that on to your career. So for you to just go off and just criticize the fans for being fans. Now, I'm sure there probably some assholes in there, and they probably could have been probably were nasty about it. But at the same time, though, I'm sure not every Cardi B fan is like that. I'm sure there's a lot of level-minded people that simply are concerned and are just generally concerned. It's like, okay, we've seen this before. They're going to they back together again. Blah blah blah. So, hey, unless Cardi B says otherwise and make it clear that they're just not fucking or nothing, like, which obviously they're fucking because otherwise they wouldn't be in the same vicinity. and not to mention not to mention shit, it is New Year's, so come on now. Hey, if you know, you know. So, hey. And plus, it's only Cardi B saying all this, but Offset ain't saying shit. Offset is just minding his business. Now, he has denied he slept with Chrisean Rock, which I don't know who. Honestly, it's hard to believe because Offset's been accused of cheating on Cardi B before, so it's hard to really see him as innocent in this situation. But could be a case of Blueface is throwing his name out there just because things weren't going right with Blueface, because things weren't going right with him and Chrisean. Like, speaking on Blueface and Chrisean Rock, because Blueface was on one just naming people and just putting people's dirty laundry out. Like, nigga, shut up. I'm like, Offset slept with Christian Rock. Like, we didn't need to know all that. And plus, what he gained from putting people's dirty laundry out there? I mean, hell, I'm sure he knows Offset Cardi B's marriage is always on the edge. It can just fall apart any day. So what's the point? What was the point of adding more fuel to that fire? But anyway, back on like the whole situation with Cardi B Offset. Like, it's Offset ain't saying shit. But Cardi B's the only one that's talking about the issues and throwing that ass in the club. Talking about, if my baby dead. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And then, of course, all hug. Not, I would say, well, what was the word I was looking for? And of course, like taking pictures with Offset and up in New York at that little New Year's Eve celebration thing, shindig. So, of course, people won't be like, be noticing things, add two and two together. So, hey, my recommendation for Cardi B is to unplug from social media for about 6 months. Maybe about 3. I say about 3, maybe about 2 months. Just take a break from it all. Don't say shit. I mean, because that's the only reason people know about it, because you keep on talking about it. Can't get mad people gonna respond to it. That's life. Shit. Famous people as well as influencers tend to forget that one simple concept. When you post something on your like freaking YouTube page, Instagram, Snapchat, fucking Twitter. I said Instagram. It's fucking what's the other ones? Cause there's so many fucking apps. Rumble even. Shit. Facebook. People still use Facebook. Yeah, I know. It's people still use Facebook. Yeah. Did I say YouTube? I did say YouTube. Yep, I said YouTube. Said just any of these social media platforms is everyone's business. It's no longer just your business. It's everyone's business. Even if you say something about like your husband or your ain't shit baby daddy, like people gonna say something about it because it's no longer just you and the person that you have problems with. It's everyone's business now. Like, and people gonna take sides. They're gonna get their takes on it. If you keep on airing out your bit about your ain't shit husband or baby daddy, whatever, then people won't chime in on it. That's life. You can't just about stay out of our business. Like then don't post about it. Don't talk about it. If you don't want people's unfiltered opinions about your personal life, keep it to yourself. Simple as that. Like that will stop some of the more nasty comments coming from people, because people can just be very blunt on how they feel about certain shit, especially when it comes to dysfunctional relationships or marriages. You know what I mean? Because it's fodder. It sells magazines. It sells movies, TV shows. It works for a storyline for these crappy reality TV shows. So, hey, that's just the nature of the beast. Don't want people to say nothing about your marriage? Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. It's rather that simple, but people are retarded sometimes. I don't want to say retarded. That's kind of fucked. Well, I don't want to say it's fucked up, but maybe people being retarded ain't the right word to use. Not the right word to use in this, but people make things a lot more complicated than what it is. It makes people like myself just looking outside looking in. It's like maybe it's a bit better I stay single, because oh boy, it's like the way like the relationships like just fall apart nowadays. It makes you not want to even attempt that. It's like you be thinking, I want me a girlfriend and all that, or shit. Say you're a young lady, it's like I want me a boyfriend. And you see like your family members or famous couple ever go through some messy breakup, whatever. It's like, oh, never mind, I'm good over here. That's low key what I be thinking sometimes. Like, well, maybe I'm just good over here. Maybe it's best not to just jump out there in the dating market. I mean, now there's nothing wrong with just go out and date people, but as far as being a long-term relationship, it's like, all the work that goes into it and the potential, and just the potential of being duped by said significant other, because you may not know that person like you think you know them, because people know how to hide their true nature. They know how to hide their true selves when they first meet someone. And by the time you find out who they really are, your mind is just wrapped around their finger. And it's just hard to get up out of there. But Anyway, on another subject, I'm gonna get my quick 2 cents about the Color Purple remake, 2023 remake, which I've seen with Shay and her mom. Like, not too, I think it was like an hour or so ago. Actually, the film was about 2 hours long. It was quite a long movie, but it didn't feel long too. It didn't feel long to me, in my opinion. And I came in with very low expectations because they tend to just drop the ball with these remakes of films that came out 30, 40 years ago, and oftentimes they just add this goofy shit into it. But this one, I was pleasantly surprised, legitimately, because I found it was a musical. Okay, cool. Cause I like watching a musical here and there. Hell, I grew up watching Grease 1 and Grease 2, and it was another. And of course, it was another movie. It was another like musical I grew up watching. Now, I did watch the second High School Musical, so I can somewhat count that. And of course, over the years, I've watched other musicals from different countries and such, and spoken different languages, and of course, musicals that came out years later and such, and also doubling back seeing some of the older ones. So I had no issue with it being a, what'd you call it, a musical slash remake. So it's like, okay, let's see how they incorporate those musical elements to it. And now I did notice they did kind of skip around some parts and like to get to the next scene, whatever, which I guess it makes sense because you don't want to just have a film be too long and have scenes just drag, whatever, potentially. So I can understand why the studio may have cut some parts out so then can make sure to have all the musical scenes and such like that. Which, by the way, the musical numbers were amazing. The dance choreography, top notch. And of course, Haley Bailey was in her element when she was the young. What was that character's name? Nettie? I think that's what her name was. Which, by the way, like the original actress for, let's see, let me look up. Oh yeah, Nettie, yeah, the young version of Nettie, who, by the way, was played by a dark skinned woman, but played by a dark skinned woman in the original one, so that kind of threw me off as well. I was like, hold up, isn't one of the characters both of the main protagonists dark skinned? I mean, both of them, like, but they decided to pick Haley Bailey. It's like, okay, this is kind of strange. Kind of gave me the same feeling I had when I watched Harder They Fall, which is an amazing film, by the way. I know, and and like in that movie, they've kind of casted a dark skinned black woman as someone that has light skin, a light skin complexion. Like the actor still did her job. Was like, okay, the character is based off a actual person that was kind of a darker skin complexion, but you kind of pick someone that's kind of lighter on the lighter complexion. Like, that's kind of like what threw me off on Harder They Fall. But nonetheless, everything else about the movie is great. And Haley Bailey is probably kind of the interesting casting choice. Did what she did her part as far as Nettie and like the singing like numbers and such, because Haley Bailey came up as a singer, so she definitely was in her element. A lot more expressive than she was on the dreaded Little Mermaid remake based on the clips and such I've seen. Like, holy shit. Less said about that movie, the better. But yeah, she was definitely more in her element here than there. You know what I mean? It's probably both of them being remakes. And plus, I could definitely see like Haley Bailey killing it and doing musical numbers. I could definitely see her doing it. And if they like continue working with her as far as her acting chops, she would definitely go places. And who's the actress that starred as Cecily? Fuck. Man, I be getting these names all wrong and mispronouncing these shits. Yeah, Celie. Yeah, she did her thing too. Matter of fact, most of the cast was on point. They did the characters justice. Now, granted, it won't ever compare to the cast of the OG version, of course, because OG is just great. It's a great film overall. But this one was very good, and they managed to keep like the costumes and the setting in the early to mid 1900s. Like, thank God they ain't put no goofy shit in there. Thank God. That's the least they could do. Keep the time period as accurate as possible. And they cut a couple of musical cut one musical number too. I think it's two of them, but it was a minor like nitpick. I was like, okay, it's cool. And plus, what else? And there's a few moments where they did kind of recreate those iconic moments, like where it's like I keep on mispronouncing this girl's name. Celie finally leaves Mr. such, like with the whole two fingers, whatever. and does her own monologue. Didn't hit as hard as how Whoopi Goldberg did it, but it was cool for how Fantasia done it. It was good. It was cool for what it is. Then again, wasn't as hard hitting as was. And then there's the whole spiel of they told Harper to beat me type deal, whatever. Then like, what was it? It was that and another moment in the film that wasn't as impactful as the original movie, but I was able to look past all those by the other performances, as well as, of course, the musical numbers, the casting, their performances and such, and of course, what was it? What was it? What else I liked about the movie? Hell, I just seen the fucking movie like this a few hours ago. But anyway, other than that, everything else came out good though. That's the only few like critiques, and one being the nitpick that I have about the movie. So other than that, it was a fairly good remake, you know what I mean? So I do recommend for those that haven't seen it, go ahead and give it a watch one time, you know what I mean? It's worth the money. It's worth the $12 I done paid, you know what I mean? So be sure to check out the showtime that's up to your speed and take time out your schedule, check it out, you know what I mean? So yeah. So yeah, I was pleasant. Yeah, that's one of those moments I was pleasantly surprised. I thought the film was gonna suck ass, but apparently, and after seeing, it's like, holy shit, it's actually quite good. I'm actually invested. Okay, I'm actually invested, seeing what's going on. I still kind of kept, I don't say poker face, but I kind of was being mindful. Okay, they got it. They're gonna drop the ball. Okay, they might drop the ball because I don't just have my hopes up for getting things right and keeping the story somewhat more so the same, but add some extra details as far as like Celie's trip to Memphis, as well as her acquiring the store that her stepfather owned prior to his death, whatever. And yeah, that's a few details I noticed as well about that movie. It kind of expanded upon that kind of weren't mentioned briefly, like hinted at in the original movie. So I give him credit for that as well. So shout out to the directors. I heard that Steven Spielberg and it was someone else that was executive producer for the original movie came back to be executives for this one. So that could explain it. Okay, cool. Of course, the vibe ain't the same. Of course, 2023, you can't really get that, recapture that same magic you had in the mid 80s. So guys, just take what you can. Yeah, man. And plus, not to mention, they changed up the ending more of a kind of now the ending of the original was optimistic. It's kind of a downer, low key, because Mister's like riding off in the sunset and such. But in this one, you have all around the round table, everybody else singing that last little epilogue song, whatever. And it was a cool little solid ending to a good movie, So, and the person that starred as what was that character's name? I be forgetting these damn characters' names. Sophia. Yeah, the actress started. Sophia did her thing with it, like, as far as being expressive and everything, and being like very confident in everything. Like, she did her thing with her role as Sophia. Like, she definitely did that shit as well as the dance numbers that followed the Harpo Beat Me All Life Had to Fight, like, little song that she did. Like, okay, that's what's up. Okay, I see y'all. And who else I want to give credit to? Because, Taraji. I was pleasantly surprised. Now, her voice wasn't as strong as the OG Suge, but for what she has done for her performance as Suge, she definitely did a fairly phenomenal job. I don't have much to complain about. Obviously, like I said, their singing styles are just night and day, but nonetheless, it wasn't a complete shit show. Thank God. It wasn't a shit show. You know what I mean? So, hats off to the directors for doing so. Make sure they got it right. Because, if they would drop that ball, if they were just gave it to some lesser directors and screenwriters, it could easily went left. But yeah, man, I would say I didn't have much to complain about The Color Purple, except for a few things. But hey, other than that, I say it's a very enjoyable movie, and it'll have you clapping along and laughing, because got me some few chuckles in there. You know what I mean? Got me laughing a little bit. You know what I mean? So, hey, hats off to the people that made this film. Made this remake. Great, and not great, but very good. You know what I mean? So I gotta give them their props. Gotta give all the actors, the actresses their props. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's all I have to say about The Color Purple, the remake. So next on the agenda is what's next on the agenda? Because that's something else to speak on as well. That I've been kind of contemplating on how to say it, but I might as well go ahead and just say the shit right now. It's been quite a disappointing year for hip hop, for it being in the 50th year since it started in the Bronx in 1973, and seeing how the celebrations turned out, especially with the BET Awards, with with like shit, folks twerking in the audience and shit. What's her name? JT throwing the phone at Lil Uzi Vert because how dare he speaks to another pretty young woman, goes by name Ice Spice, instead of, I don't know, having a conversation like a grown ass adult. And not to mention, like, her career was not under threat, because I guarantee it, if Uzi Vert threw a phone at her for just making eyes with one of these handsome young men out there that's the singer, R&B, one of these singers or like rappers, yeah, Uzi Vert would have got dragged to filth and his numbers would have dropped. People like still fuck with him, but if he was to do something like that to her, yeah, Charlamagne would not just let whatever bullshit he said slide. But he let out JT say her bullshit, and again, crickets. And not to mention, yeah, like I said before, and plus none of the artists came through like dressing their best. You know what I mean? Because the past years in the BET Awards, like, it's always been about black excellence. You know what I mean? Even those rappers that made like trap, gangsta, or like let's say the thought rap of that yesteryear, they knew how to dress their best for the BET Awards. You know what I mean? Because again, it was a place where talented black musicians came together, also activists as well as gospel singers. They congregated at one space, looking their best for the award show. You know what I mean? And for like the performances. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's going on. What was going on with this year's BET Awards? They just, ooh boy. The wardrobe was just non-existent. There's no theme to it. Everyone just came in, just do whatever the fuck was available. And goddamn, like Sexy Red, like she need to put some goddamn clothes on. Act like you got some damn money. We did not need to have some sort of improv performance of Pound Town, nor see Krishan Rock's drunk ass twerking pregnant. That shit would never be cool with me. I never saw the appeal of like women twerking pregnant when I was 19. I still don't see the appeal now. So that's something that will never change. I don't care what the medical experts say. Keep that shit in the fucking house. Those posts on fucking social media. We don't need to see that shit. It doesn't look good. But anyway, what else? What else happened to BET Awards? But yeah, this is a whole like atmosphere, like just mentioned, like just ruined that whole vibe of black excellence that BET Awards used to kind of stand for. You know what I mean? And plus, like, it was just, I had secondhand embarrassment. I was like, what the fuck? You could have just waited till after like the award show. You know what I mean? At your after party, hotel lobby, whatever. Could have waited all. And plus, not to mention, it was the need to like throw phones and start shit over nothing, with your boyfriend. Like, you could wait till after the award shows and had a conversation, like, at the hotel room and such. And, like, hopefully y'all don't swing on each other, because then it's going to be cameras and all that. Yeah, some shit should just wait till after an award show. You know what I mean? Shit. And plus, not to mention, it's coming for someone that has watched the BET Awards since 2019. That's the last time I watched it. I ain't watched the one from 2020 because there was on some like, please don't kill us all police officers type of vibe with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I was already kind of just, I don't know, overwhelmed by all that was going on. You know what I mean? Plus, I wasn't moved for another reminder of it on the BET Awards, because, they would have been heavy-handed with it. But anyway, but what else? I haven't even watched the BET Awards for the past 4 years. And plus, I got word that I think it was like Swiss Beats had to tell the audience to kind of do a stand ovation for one of these hip hop pioneers. I was like, what the? I guess I ain't missed much from it, because if y'all treating this way to the OGs of the game, then I'm not interested. I guess I ain't missed much. I seen a couple clips of performances, like the one with Doechii, where there was a mashup of that "What Is" song she did, which obviously a rip on Trillville's classic, like "Fuck Some" song, "Some Cut." And I heard little clips. Okay, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, kind of showcase that you had to rely on old music to kind of sell the new shit. Oh boy, boy, boy. So, was it the BET Awards that I seen where they gave tribute to all them different labels and such, or was it the BET Hip Hop Awards? I ain't bother watching that shit neither, cause yeah, I was just burnt out, low key. I was burnt out, and not to mention. If you think about how hip hop started, like granted you had the party songs early on and such that's made for people to get on the dance floor, break dance, have dance offs, and DJ battles who get cut the records the fastest, or had the livest set, and who had better mastery with the crowd and such. But like I said, during that mid to late '80s, rappers started incorporating like incorporating songs about what's going on in their neighborhoods, and as well as how the government is treating them, and as well as the draft and all this other shit. You know what I mean? But today it's like they kind of the rappers are kind of lacking in that department. And also there was this country singer like Oliver North. He's talking that talk. You know what I mean? He's speaking on stuff that regular people go through. You know what I mean? With that song, I think it's Richmond of the North or some shit. Matter of fact, let me Google it. Make sure I got the song right. The fact that you had a country singer like speaking on shit that the rappers should be speaking on says a lot. That y'all kind of lost touch with what's really going on. Like y'all don't focus. It's like so much of more of the same. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and sound like a broken record. Cause I found records that do speak on like serious issues and such. Let me see. No, it ain't. What's Oliver North? Oliver North. Where's that country? Richmond. North of Richmond. I can't find that damn song. Richmond, North of. Oh, Oliver Anthony. Oliver Anthony. That's what his name was. And yeah, shout out to him. Like he's speaking on some real shit based on the lyrics I've read, and some of the lyrics I read from the song. I still haven't done a reaction to it. I'm gonna give that song a listen. Yeah, that was his name. Yeah, Oliver Anthony. Yeah, and the song was Richmond, North of Richmond. And the fact that most of your top rappers, like, they speak on just more of the same shit. You know what I mean? Not every rapper, but most of the ones that's propped up that get all these numbers. Most of them talking about like about wet pussy and like shit, and just having designer this, designer that, kill this person, kill that person, fuck this bitch, fuck that bitch, and get high as possible. Like okay, not everyone lives like that. Like where's the songs that speak on? Where's the songs that talk about something that was going to talk about the conflict over in Palestine, Israel, as well as the freaking taxes that's raising up? Like, and what else? What else? Yeah, what else was there that was going on in the world, man? But I guess there's so much going on, man. Like they could easily speak on that. Maybe if they had some balls, serious balls now, say something about the Biden administration. You know what I mean? They haven't always lived up to all their promises, but then again, the industry is kind of it's mainly ran by Democrats, so they probably can't say too much about that. But it would be a nice switch of change. So I was kind of burnt out on that too. I was like, and at one point I was just listening to other genres of music. I mean, that's how much I got burnt out and didn't bother checking out none of the newest stuff. So my personal top 15 list of best hip hop albums, mixtapes, EPs is gonna be the worst. Probably gonna be the worst because I haven't kept up with all the new releases. I haven't. I'll be honest with you. And I just now listened to the Killer Mike album, and that one was hitting some serious topics. And plus, it's a very personal album based because Killer Mike's real name is Mike. His government name, I know his first name is Michael. I forgot what his last name was, but yeah, he went by his first name on this album. And he was talking a lot of those songs he was speaking on his grandma and his mother, all the wisdom they just bestowed onto him. And dude was speaking on this, giving tribute to those that fought in the civil rights and liberation movements that came out, that was going on around that time period, back in the 40s, 50s, 60s. You know what I mean? So Yeah, so Killer Mike was like talking that talk, you know what I mean? Speaking of stuff that's important. And the fact that album didn't even like sell like that, it's kind of a travesty. And it shows where like shit show where people where people don't really care to hear nothing that's insightful or have you just sit there and reflect on life, you know what I mean, or motivate you to do better. Because we got Larry June, like, giving people game on record, you know what I mean, telling y'all get your money and stay healthy, which is a great message, you know what I mean. It's a great message that you don't hear too many rappers speak on, and especially with all the ones that, especially with the amount of rappers that have died from drug overdoses and health problems, complications, and all that. Like, it's definitely a great message to have. Maybe it may influence these kids that's out here. Well, maybe not the kids, because you don't want to hear all that crazy cussing and all that. But the ones that's like entering college, the military, and all that, they may need to hear something that's worth something. You know what I mean? It's worth something that's motivational. You know what I mean? Like, all the other shit, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind. I listen some drill, trap, gangster rap here and there, and hell, I might turn on some some ratchet shit here and there. But if I'm working or I just getting off work, I need something that's gonna just motivate a nigga. You know what I mean? Shit. Hey, and sometimes I'm in the mood for all the extras. You know what I mean? I'm in the mood for all them extras. And plus, there's a time and place for all that. Damn, my rant is just all over the place, but this is that is me just going off the cuff. So obviously you see I haven't organized nothing or got my thoughts together on this whole subject. And also the fact that another thing that kind of threw me off, because I heard some good things about the CBS tribute to the 50 years of hip hop in comparison to how the BET Awards handled it. I was like, well then, seemed like the main one, the channel that's supposed to be about black excellence, the BET Awards, just dropped the ball this year. It really did. And have other platforms doing a better job than BET. Like, that says a lot. Because, come on, like, BET stands for Black Entertainment Television. And, again, y'all got a bunch of ratchet shit going on at the BET Awards. Like, what the hell going on during the actual ceremony? But none of that took place at the CBS little celebration of hip hop's 50 years. None of that. So I don't know what to say. This is very disappointing to see, to say the least. And plus, not to mention, we haven't had too many rap albums that cracked the #1 spot neither. And that's something to be concerned about and taken serious. Because all these years, like, throughout, like, all these different decades, well, can we count granted, 80s, 70s, that's when it started, so they don't really count per se. Well, they count as far as like the early days, how it was starting and such, how it was becoming its own thing. And then, of course, 80s, they had NWA, was it Boogie Down Productions, Too Short. That's it, Boogie Down. Yeah, that's it, Boogie Down Productions. Also, Public Enemy doing their thing, so it was a whole explosion of rappers coming out as such. Of course, 90s, saw the heights of commercial success with it. Had rappers going diamond and getting nominated for Grammys and such. But this year it's just like, the fuck going on? It's supposed to be the 50th year, but barely any rap albums going #1. It says a lot about the demand. It's kind of declining. And the sooner that the fans, the outlets, the critics are honest about this shit, the better off it will be. Just cut the fucking, like, participation trophy shit that y'all doing, man. Like, just cause it's going viral, I mean, where's the plaques though? None of these records gone platinum. You know what I mean? That's also a sign of concern. And the fact they just celebrating rappers that sell 11,000 the first week, like, that's lowball numbers. If it ain't up to 50,000 or 100,000, then it's a flop. I'm sorry. I know people want to change up and like, oh, streaming numbers and people not really buying albums and all that shit. Well, yeah, here's the trade-off with all that streaming, because these companies can just take these songs off these platforms and you won't be able to have them again. So maybe perhaps start investing in physical copies. Yeah, they still have a place, and you can still have them for the rest of your life. You can have them right here, the physical copy. The streaming, that if they decided to today, if they want to shut down Spotify, Tidal, or they decide to just remove YouTube plays as part of like album song sales, they can do that. These companies can do that because it's their platform. They can just remove that shit, and these people that celebrate, oh, we winning. They'll be begging for motherfuckers to buy their damn CD. You feel me? So, yeah, y'all need to cut all the fucking shit, man. Like, now you just start being real. Like, just be honest. Like, the place hip hop is at this current moment, yes, I can before I get into it, I can acknowledge the positive. There's a lot more to choose from, and people are living their best lives, and they're going viral with these TikTok dance challenges and whatever the fuck they got going on. Hell, I don't be on TikTok like that. I mean, I really don't be on there. Even if I'm on there, I mainly watch cooking videos. Yeah, that's what I get enjoyment out of. Now, I might come across one of the viral videos as such, but nonetheless, I don't really like look into all the other shit that TikTok be having. Is that's what I'm seeing is like I'm not missing much. But let's get back to the subject at hand. As far as, damn, I lost my train of thought. What the fuck? Yeah, man. Oh yeah, I was about to list all the positives that the streaming era has gotten. It's getting attention to albums that probably people wouldn't hear, and it's offering people more outlets that are relying on the old formula of going to radio stations and having to do some under the table shit with the DJs and radio programmers and all that. So people can just like sit in front of this living room like this, shoot a video, record a song, and instant fame. I am happy for that. I'm glad there's a lot of young artists getting their fair chance to shine and get a chance to prove themselves that they have to have low talent, given other places that wouldn't even be on the rap map if it weren't for these streaming platforms. I would give them that much props. But let's not sit here and bullshit ourselves that motherfuckers just killing charts like that. They're really not. None of the albums, most of these albums, mixtapes ain't really gone gold, not even gold or platinum. Nor the first week sales, they look terrible. Mainly for the mainstream ones. Like the ones that's mainstream, they should be killing it right now. Like 200, 300,000 at the very least. The maximum. But nope, you don't see that. It's like, oh, we celebrating 11,000, 23,000. Nah, fuck that shit. That's low ball numbers. Unless you're independent, cool. But if you're a major label artist, yeah, you should be doing way more than this 23, 30,000. That little chump change money shows there's kind of a slide down of the popularity of rap. You know what I mean? And I don't know what to say. Now, there's people that said, and plus, not to mention, I got word that, labels aren't really investing in artists no more like that. Or they're not, they still are, but they're not as in droves like they were. You know what I mean? Because so many of them just be dying, like, before they put out anything. And, like, you all know dead rappers have more promotion. But then again, the fact that he or she is no longer here to really promote it, there's only so much you could do with posthumous records. And plus, it's too much of a liability. And that's why these labels are turning to Afrobeat and the Latin music markets, because they don't have to worry about all these extras. So we may have fans as well as the artists that need to have a conversation about that, man. They need to have a serious, honest discussion about it. Because, in fact, no one's really putting up numbers like that. Because I don't want to just focus on numbers, because numbers are not always an indicator of the quality of the work, but it does say about the demand as well. It's showcase that there's people that's interested. And if you have good music with numbers, then it's a plus. Numbers are a plus, obviously. So I don't want y'all to misconstrue it, but I'm just saying, though, if we're supposed to be on top and everything, the numbers, I'm just saying, it's got to show. It's got to show. And plus, I understand that, people got their little trends they want to do, like the drill, thought rap, whatever. And like I said, I listen to a few of that too. But, people just need to just start, like, make their shit sound different. If you are in those lanes, just find new ways to say the shit. And also maybe incorporate some stuff that's going on out here right now. You feel me? Because ain't nobody cashing out or fucking bad bitches all the time. You feel me? Hey, man, just saying. So if anyone comes across this rant, then hey, you free to ask me the questions. I might even look back on it and just like, oh man, I'm all over the place. But anyway, which I am. I'll freely admit it. But I just had to say it. I just gotta get some shit off my chest about it. It's just so much that's happened. There's so much that's just showcased that yeah, it's not in a good place. Now, as far as now, of course, the art form isn't gonna just completely die. Who the fuck? Oh, who that? Oh, never mind. It's some sort of text message. Yeah, man. Yeah, people just need to just be real with it. You know what I mean? Instead of bullshitting. And plus, the fact that I'll add something else too that's kind of showcase. Okay, what's going on here? Because the fact they have to put out another cipher for the double XL, which they normally never did, so it proves what a lot of people have said about the BT cipher. This not BT, but the double XL cipher this year, the double XL freshman cipher of this year. It was trash, complete utter trash. You feel me? Like, it's only a few of them that was really like killing shit. Like Finesse 2 times, Lola Brooke. Who else was on there that killed shit? That Tia chick, and it was someone else too. It was someone else in that second one. It was some other dude, but certainly not like Too Rare. Too Rare just well, not T-Rail, but I got that. Damn, I meant to say Too Rare. That nigga was trash. Oh boy, that man had the worst freestyle ever, man. Up there with Lil Mosey and the Coil Ray shit, man. That just shows how much it downgraded. How much it downgraded to this year. Yeah, none of them really stand out like that for real, except the names I just mentioned. And the fact they had to do another one with basically like a all girl like cipher, which salute to all the ladies that's doing it. Salute to y'all getting y'all bag, filling the niches and the trend, riding the wave and sending your own waves at the same time. And plus, not to mention, I heard some good things about it too in the comments, so I might do a reaction to it. Maybe on like New Year's Day or something. Who knows? But I'm actually interested in checking out, see if they actually killed shit like people saying, which I have no doubt. Because I heard some stuff from Flo Milli. I got past her high-pitched voice, whatever. I don't know if I can sit through a whole album out. That's a whole different story. I might have to do an endurance test with that. But, you know, she got some good little flows in there on the songs I did hear from her. And Lotto, obviously, like, she's definitely got talent. And I haven't heard much of Mana Leo. I've heard Maya the Don on that Conceited remix with Flo Milli. And she was pretty nice, too. I got here the cipher, see how they turned out, how it is. But the simple fact that I had to put out another double XL cipher says a lot about the quality of just the rap scene in general. Because again, no one really not too many people are standing out. Like shit. When I saw the cipher and heard what each artist was talking about, I was like, okay, so every last one y'all done shut up parties, fuck this bitch, fuck that bitch, or whatever. It's like, so none of y'all regular, huh? None of y'all just regular, just try to keep your head above water or nothing. Like shit. Y'all just got all this fancy shit. Gotcha. Which I think is most of this cap, but hey, it is what it is. So yeah, that's just my overall long-winded critique on just the year of hip hop 2023. So that's all there is to it, man. And going into this year, like going to 2024, I'm still keep tabs on it. Mainly artists I want to listen to. Now, if you want me to check out someone else, I'm more than willing to do so. And like I said before, I'm kind of like in this space where I wasn't too excited and got burnt out. And I wish people can just have some sort of discernment. And I refuse to allow myself to be one of the people that's going to bash everything that's out, that's new, and just pray not over exaggerate, but just pay attention to the old shit. Of course not. I'd rather just have that balance where I can appreciate what's out there, as well as the shit that came out before my time, as well as during when I was in high school and when I was out there partying in college, 2010, 2015, whatever. So I want to have that little balance there too. So I don't want to go that one because I've been on an extreme where I was like, man, fuck all this new shit. Fuck all. Back when I was a teenager, because I was at that point I was really into that old school shit. I was like, man, fuck this new shit. Fuck this rap and all that. Well, over time I kind of grew out of it. You know what I mean? And I kind of grew out of that mentality. So, and I've started appreciating like some stuff I may have missed out on and such, and recognize there's a time and place for everything. You know what I mean? So it's definitely not the same Maurice from like say '08 or '09, of course, but yeah, I'm definitely not gonna be that person that's like, oh yeah, all this shit new, all this shit is hot, they just killing it, all these females, all these like drill rappers doing their thing or whatever. Like, well, let's just focus on the one thing. Let's go look at fuck it. I mean, what I say, all these new rappers killing it, all the females running it, which they are, but the numbers don't really suggest that. It's only like in kind of a niche audience as well. So yeah, let's stay like freaking any of them sell the same numbers as Cardi B or Meg Thee Stallion, and what are they really running? That's the question people need to really be honest about. What are they running? Now, granted, there's a lot more of them now than there's ever been, but again, not saying numbers don't matter or plaques on the wall are a signifier, because they're not the only signifier, but if you start talking that talk, gotta have something to really back up those claims, and the quality gotta be up there. You know what I mean? To warrant that demand. So, hey, only time will tell. You know, seeing out of that crop of new female rappers is gonna just have that longevity and like have that growth. You know what I mean? And stay consistent. You know what I mean? Instead of taking 5 years off and be more known for like personal issues than music. So yeah, so my hat goes off to those that's out there. And so my point of saying that was to say, like, I'm not gonna be one of those people that's like just overly praise everything that's out here, because I even wrote a post about it on Facebook, because I got a friend like that just want to post every last new movie that's coming soon. Type of, I want to see it. I be thinking, nigga, not every goddamn thing that's coming out is worth paying money to see. Damn, have some motherfucking standards. Damn, there's nothing wrong with having some sort of standard to have low expectations. I mean, that's human. I thought that's what most people did. You feel me? Shit. I don't know, sometimes I don't think people like really see where I'm coming from, bro. I'm not gonna be one of those, because I rewrote something similar. And the post it says that I posted was like hyping up every new release, whether it's a hell, let's just focus on the music. Like, hyping up every new release, whether it's a song, album, mixtape, is just as fucking obnoxious, annoying as hating on said new thing. It's just as annoying and obnoxious. It's that fake toxic positivity shit that's plagued a lot of these reviewers and content creators. It's almost like they're scared to give their honest, true opinions about songs, because they may have made a mistake in the past, or I don't know, may have just capped saying something just trash. Getting a fair listen. There's certain people out there that used to follow this that was on that time, and then I don't know. Yeah, I just be noticing, man. Like, it's this fake toxic positivity shit. Because come on, you can't just live. You can't. How you live your life like that, man? You can't just outside entertainment shit. You can't just go through life like that thinking everything's just sunshine and fucking rainbows, because it's not. Now, how you deal with, say, negative things that occur in your life, that determines your character as well, how you go about it, how you deal with it, of course. But to go to a whole nother extreme where you just, oh yeah, blah, 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 oh, it's good, blah, 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 blah. Just, I don't know, man. I don't know how to describe it, but damn, sometimes it gets irritating, you know what I mean? Like when people, like I said, I got this good friend of mine. Like we are real good friends, man. Even though we're real good friends as such, and everything, worked at the same job, But man, that dude just kind of just. I'll be having like, okay, I have to just literally have to force myself to answer. Okay, when we talk about a new song, new album, like, okay, okay, it's like it just again, I just get overwhelmed with all these releases. And it would just be stupid of me to just hype it up without even really taking time out to listen or nothing. Cause why? And plus, sometimes if I hear a clip or like hear a clip of some shit and I don't like it, and that's it. I don't like it. Doesn't mean I want. I'm jealous of the person. Shit. Hell, I'm just not gonna like everything that's out, whether it's old or new. So, yeah, that what I just said earlier about just hyping up every new release can easily apply to movies, TV shows, and what else? Did I say TV show? I did say music. Yeah, movies, TV shows, and video games. That's like, why? Like, it's like it's impossible to just be all super optimistic about every last thing. I understand excitement, but just literally hyping everything up, and just that's the best thing since sliced bread, which is probably not even that great to begin with. Probably just okay, and that's fine. So I don't know what it is, like, because I did speak on the fake, all that. I spoke on like the fake toxic positivity. Yes, it's an actual term. You can look it up. But what was the word I'm looking for? Fuck. So I want to bring that point on and explain what I just said. Like, for real. Like, oh, yeah, that's what it was. Especially on social media in the real world, it seems like people, it's either you like the shit or you hate it. It's no in between no more. It's like you gotta absolutely love the shit. You can have no type of objective opinion or constructive criticism about it. Otherwise, just labeled a bad person. Just because you may not like said performance or movie, TV show, game, song, album, mixtape, EP, whatever, or artist. People just look at you so crazy like you didn't said a foreign language when that's just normal. That's just how normal people, I thought how normal people should look at things. You know what I mean? Because what was it? And plus, not to mention, like just because you don't like certain things like everyone else doesn't make it bad. You just have some criticism for it. You may not like every song on this project, on this album or this album, tape, EP, mixtape. And not, I just say tape, EP, album, whatever. Like, doesn't mean you hate it. And I don't like this whole like either this way or that way type of mentality. That's what's killing creativity, because it's almost as if you don't want people to improve and grow and change with their music. Cause like if you're not able to give constructive criticism about a project, then how else are creatives gonna grow with their art? You know what I mean? How is they gonna grow with it? You keep doing this like toxic positivity stuff, this fluffy type of these fluff pieces, and giving this crap opinions is like overlook like flaws or something. You know what I mean? Because like it does help to have those criticisms. They may see something you probably didn't see when putting it together. It's like, okay, I didn't like how you came in like this. Maybe try doing this or doing that, or maybe the storyline doesn't make sense. Maybe the next movie can hire someone that's better at what they do as far as screenwriting, because screenwriting does play a lot. And to find what makes a great film is something that's you know what I mean? Which is fine. There's a lane for it, but you won't truly be celebrated for want to be up there with those the top echelon of motherfuckers. Then you ain't gotta put in the work, be able to write something that's just impactful and go through the ringer, having your shit ripped apart. You know what I mean? And go back, do some rewrites. You know what I mean? Shit doesn't. Hey, it may help, because you might see someone else that's probably in the same field, or maybe a complete stranger that's a fan. Like, oh, this ain't. Maybe you should have this character do this, or maybe not have this character behave in this manner. It's not consistent with their personality or whatever. It can help to really do a benefit and work wonders. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. I don't want to just go too long on this tangent. So, damn, I forgot to put a title on this. So, I'm going to text Shay, let her know that I gave my 2 cents on the color purple. Yeah, so but yeah, before I send out this text message though, like I'm just go ahead and just sign on out and get back to what I normally do, and probably post y'all maybe 1 or 2 videos, and perhaps find out what's in the on the agenda for tomorrow for New Year's Eve and see what the hell is going on. So this your boy Black G92 about to sign off. So if you're watching this was a live stream. It's been posted already, so be sure to hit me up. And maybe next year, and also I might post something about. I might share you guys with 2 of my goals as well. I might do that. So then maybe someone out there that's watching it may be able to connect and be like, okay, I get behind this man or some shit, or give some pointers, or maybe share your goals, whatever. So get more interactive with the channel, and may post some polls as well. This your boy Black G92 about to sign off. Holla at your boy. Oh shit, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, Jacoby? Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna post that sometime this evening. I'm definitely got you this evening, as well as maybe sometime tomorrow as well. yeah. I got you. Yeah. I've heard what you requested, so I got it on the agenda. I might post that as well as another video. So you missed out on quite a bit of what I just mentioned though, Jacoby. I just was going a whole tangent about how I feel about just hip hop in 2023, especially it being the 50th year anniversary. Yeah, I spoke on that, as well as just like toxic positivity in like say these platforms and content creators and everything. How it's kind of holding back like creatives from just really doing their best. You know what I mean? Because people are scared to really give their real opinions. I mean, for real. So yeah, you missed out on quite a bit. But I got you on another live stream, so I might go ahead and sign out. So be sure to tune in for my reactions as well. So catch you around for the reaction.